By the summer of 1918, the tide of the war is turning.
Germany had a failure of their spring offensive, and the Allied powers saw their opportunity to strike and to win this war.
Capitalizing on Germany's depleted front lines, the Allies launch a counteroffensive with more than 1 million troops, including the Hellfighters.
Suddenly, World War I has gone to a war of maneuver, and the Hellfighters are right at the knife's blade.
By the fall of 1918, the Allies push their advances to the limit and launch a massive offensive principally located along the Meuse-Argonne region.
The Meuse-Argonne is going to be the largest campaign in American history. It will dwarf even the campaigns of World War II.
The primary goal of the offensive is to push the overextended enemy back to Germany's border with France. And the Hellfighters are tasked with a critical job, taking the small village of Seychaux.
Seychaux is a pivotal observation area, so being able to take it and deny the Germans that observation point will be imperative. Close to 3,000 men of the 369th are going to be going over, and this is the first time the regiment as a whole is going over the top.
And this is no mean feat because they're going to have to advance over 5.5 miles of open ground that's heavily fortified by the Germans.
They have to clear out every individual German dugout, every individual German trench.
Fighting alongside the French, the 369th managed to seize Seychaux after 5 days of brutal fighting. By early November, German ammunition, food, and medical supply chains are cut by Allied victories. That comes at a heavy cost.
The Meuse-Argonne offensive is one of the deadliest battles the U.S. has ever fought, and they're going to have over 100,000 casualties. Yet, it is because of this offensive that the war ends.
At the end of the day, the addition of the American army, it helps tilt the balance of the war. The Allied powers are victorious. On the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, they sign an armistice.
By the war's end, the Hellfighters have spent 191 days in combat, more than any other American unit. As Allies gather along the Rhine River, the official border between France and Germany, the French command gives the 369th the honor of being the first of any Allied forces to cross. Henry Johnson, still recovering from his wounds, joins them in the crossing.
The Rhine River was always seen as the final line of victory.
They fought so hard and for so long that having the honor of being the ones that crossed seemed like an acknowledgement of everything that they had sacrificed and everything that they had done.
The Harlem Hellfighters have suffered the most casualties of any unit, losing roughly half their 3,000 men. For their bravery and sacrifice, the French award them the Croix de Guerre, France's highest military honor.
The Harlem Hellfighters were able to become a focal point for this description of Black Americans serving the country and expecting that their service will bring back equal rights. So it tells us that all Americans, no matter your race, religion, gender, are Americans. And in times of need, they'll all rise up and serve the country as Americans.